Hey, welcome back to another episode with Mafaro and
Joyce.
All right, in this episode, we're going to talk about disqualifying yourself from success. This happens way more often than we thought. So we speak to at least 3 people or sometimes 4 people a week. And recently we noticed a trend of people who are disqualifying themselves from success. And this is very strange because it's the same as having limiting beliefs, but at the same time, it's really people who don't believe in themselves and they don't believe in their abilities.
They lack confidence.
They lack confidence. So here's what we noticed is that when we explain to people that they need to start this business, they are excited about the potential of this business, the home care business. But when it comes to sales, a lot of people start exhibiting their limiting beliefs. Here's what I mean. We've had more than one call where people are saying that I've heard somebody who's suggested that I should hire a white person to pick up the phone when somebody calls my business or to do sales for me for my business. And this tends to come from immigrants.
That's right.
We're immigrants too. So
yes,
we understand that on the surface, it seems like a good idea. That let me hire somebody who speaks the language fluently and sounds very fluent on the phone.
Sometimes it's not even all about the language, it's the accent. But accent really doesn't matter. As long as you can provide the services that these people are looking for, the clients are looking for, that's what really matters.
Yeah. So it's
and as long as they can be able to listen to you and hear what you have to say, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And it really does come down to that. A lot of people are very self-conscious about how they sound and their accent. Listen, we all got accents, right? Even people who are born in this country have accents.
When they go to Britain, they have an accent. When the British come here, have an accent. So
when they go to Africa, they got an accent.
That's right.
So understand that as long as they can speak the language when they come to where you are and you can understand them, then just know that the accent is just, you know, it's not a setback as much as you think it is.
As you think, yes.
Because oftentimes, this is how immigrants disqualify themselves from success in any business, including this one.
Yes.
They say to themselves, oh, I have an accent, so how is somebody going to understand me on the phone?
No.
Look, here's the thing.
They are mostly focused on the small, how do you call that? There's the 80-20% rule. Focusing on small details that will not give them the 80%.
Correct.
Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Makes total sense, yes.
Yeah, so that's the wrong way of, it's a wrong way of doing business.
Absolutely.
Focus on the bigger picture. Don't focus on small things because that's what's going to delay you to your success.
Yeah, it's going to delay your success. You focusing on these little things. It's no different from, let's say you have 100 people that are saying positive things about you, and then you focus on that one person that says something negative about you. It happens to us too, right?
It does.
Like we
tend to focus mostly on the negative things, and you can find that most times that the negative is not that much.
It's not that much.
It's a lot of positivity that surrounded you, but your eyes are all focused on the wrong thing, and then that's what's gonna hold you back.
100%.
Yeah.
And it really breaks my heart when I talk to potential business owners. It's usually people who have never been in business, by the way. I've noticed
this. That's true.
Those that have been in business, they will have a heavy accent and they're like, yes, I can do it. I'm confident I can do this. You know? But the ones that have never started a business that have an accent, they tend to be very self-conscious and they focus on that negative that doesn't benefit them. And it really, really breaks my heart. Let me tell you why it breaks my heart. Right? If you're watching this, if you're an immigrant, this is why it breaks my heart. As an immigrant, I know how difficult it is for somebody in your shoes to make it this far.
It's not easy.
Just going to the embassy, getting your visa, that's a process. If you, worse, if you're coming from a non-English speaking country, like a French speaking country,
yes,
that means you have to understand the language, you have to understand English.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So you have to overcome the barrier of getting approved to come here.
Yes.
Then you have to find the money to get here.
Yes.
Then you have to learn the language.
Right.
Once you get here, then you have to adjust to the culture once you get
to
here.
the different culture. It's just a lot. It's not easy.
I don't think that you know how special you are.
Yes, you don't.
I think sometimes you forget that you are special.
Yes.
Like again, especially if you're French speaking.
Yes.
And it means that you can speak more than likely 3 languages.
Yes.
English, French, and your native.
Your native language, yeah.
Right? And you're worried about somebody who can't even speak anything outside of English? You're worried about what they think?
No. Look at yourself as somebody who's special, and you can do better. If you are able to speak more than one language, that says a lot about you.
Is you need to be embracing your uniqueness even more.
Yes.
Because that's what's going to make you authentic.
Yes.
It's going to make you stand out from the crowd.
That's right.
And that's more than likely why you're watching this video.
Yes.
Because we stand out.
This reminds me of something. There was one time when I was in New York working as a CNA. So that time I was looking for a job through an agency. So I came across a lady that spoke French, she spoke English, she spoke Italian, she spoke Spanish, and she spoke German. So I was like, wow. And this was an African lady. I was like, man, do you realize the advantage that you have over so many people? You can get any kind of clients that speak these languages. There's a lot of languages, 5 languages.
That's a lot.
And also, maybe sometimes you might not want really to do, because she was just trying to apply for a job and to be, a CNA, but she still had an advantage. There was more like, apart from speaking those languages, she could even be a translator or something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, she could be a translator.
Yes, yes. So you don't realize that you're special. Let me put it that way. You're special, and you shouldn't worry about having an accent as long as you're able to communicate and you're able to provide the services that these clients are looking for. That's what matters. That's all.
So to that point, why it's not a good idea to hire somebody else who's Caucasian to pick up the phone or to do your sales is because it's no different if you watch these videos, right, of us, and then you let's say you trust us, or whatever we're saying, you trust us, right? And then when you book a call with us, then you start talking to Becky. How's that going to make you feel? Are you going to trust us?
No.
I know I wouldn't.
That's right.
Because we all build a connection, and this is in the same way that these potential clients are going to build a rapport and a connection with you when you put your authentic self out there.
That's right. And I was also saying, in addition to that, you're going to feel like kind of like you're cheated, right?
Yeah, you feel cheated.
Yeah.
And the same way that your clients will feel cheated if they end up talking to somebody who's not you.
And they were expecting to talk to you.
They were expecting to talk to you.
Yeah.
So also, the other thing you got to realize is this, that when you put your authentic self out there, you're going to attract other people that are open-minded.
That's right.
So imagine, and I've seen this, by the way, on it's not just like when they say I'm going to hire a white person to pick up the phone for me.
Yes.
The other thing I'll notice, it's a subtle thing that a lot of people do. If you look at the ones that have agencies, their own agencies, if you look at their websites, there's no black faces there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't even have a picture of yourself on your website.
On your website.
Do you know what they have? They have stock footage of white people on their websites.
Oh, that's not good.
You know, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that you have stock, especially like some of you who are watching this, you have agencies. Why don't you have a picture of yourself on that website?
Or sometimes you can have a picture of you and maybe some of the people that work with you.
That's what I'm saying. You know? In fact, it should be the complete opposite.
Right.
You should have authentic images of you on your website.
Yes, so you're likely going to attract people who are open-minded.
Yes, yeah. like us. Our energy is so good that the negative people disqualify themselves from even talking to us. They don't even bother. You know what I'm saying? The negative ones don't even schedule time. It's only the ones that are positive and the ones that get it that end up doing business with us. Good example.
Yes.
We have a process whereby if you need to talk to us, we don't respond to comments. You had to schedule time.
Yes,
and a calendar.
Yes.
Right? And when you are scheduling time, you have to fill out a form.
Right.
That explains who you are. So we get some information on who you are before we jump on that call.
That's right.
Also, we don't just randomly pick up numbers.
No.
Right?
We don't do that.
So we have a very strict process for a reason.
And it's not professional if you think about it, because we have other things that we're taking care of in terms of business. We just don't have time to be going back and forth, texting, you know what I mean?
No, there's no time for that.
There's no time.
We have to be highly organized because we value our time.
Yes.
So what ends up happening is those people that don't value their time and they're used to doing things randomly without following instructions end up not even working with us because they cannot follow instructions.
That's what it is.
Simple instructions like schedule time.
Yes.
We don't just randomly text each other or call. If you want to talk to us, schedule time.
Yes.
Because we're trying to train you to be disciplined
and organized.
To be organized, to manage your time the right way.
That's what makes you think you're going to be able to run a business if you can't follow the simplest instructions.
Yes.
Yeah.
The simplest instructions. How about this one? Another one is that sometimes when we have a call like this, so when we have a call, and we encourage the people to preview our course, which we're going to mention later, is a lot of these people, they don't follow through on at least previewing the course. We're not saying sign up. Maybe you don't have the money today. Maybe you're not ready to get started. But aren't you curious to see what we're teaching? Aren't you curious?
Yeah.
It's free.
Yes, it's a free preview. Aren't you curious to know what that course is all about? You know, before you make that decision to purchase, you really want to know what this whole program is all about.
What am I going to get?
Is it worth my money?
Is it worth my money?
Yes.
In this case, this one is worth it, 1,000%.
Of course it's worth it, but we're just saying that aren't you curious to know what the program is all about?
Yeah.
Is this what you're really looking for? You know, things like that.
So please, do not be one of those people that are disqualifying yourself from success. Right. If you have a heavy accent, if you, if you speak slow like some of us.
Some people are getting the message. They see the value in it,
Some people are getting the message. Yes. Even if it's 50% that get the message. That's all we need.
That's okay.
We don't need to work with everybody.
That's right.
And that's the thing about you guys. It's like you have to realize that you don't have to work with everybody. You don't have to please everybody.
You can't please everybody.
It's impossible.
It is.
In fact, here's the downside to doing that trick of only posting, images of white people on your website, only hiring white people to pick up the phone when people call. Here's the downsides to that. Don't you think that whoever's attracted to that facade, and then later on they discover you're black?
Who owns that agency?
Right. They discover you're the owner and you're black. Don't you think they're going to feel some type of way and feel cheated? And more than likely leave?
Yes, they're likely going to leave. So people will pick up that you're really not even confident in what you do, and that's not good at all.
They'll pick up on your lack of confidence.
Yes.
They'll be like, this person is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't even get on the phone they have to hire a white person to get on the phone with them. That means they're not even confident in their own business.
So they're not going to be confident with your own business, because it all starts with you. If you're not confident about yourself, somebody else is going to pick up on that. They will be suspicious as well.
Yes, they'll be suspicious. And God forbid if that person is prejudiced. Imagine Imagine a prejudiced person stumbles upon your website thinking, oh, maybe this business is owned by another fellow white person, right? This is the elephant in the room in America. We're going to talk about this.
Right.
It's very uncomfortable, but we're going to talk about this. What if that person only wants to work with their own people, with their own kind, right? And you're putting out a false facade that you are a white-owned company. And then later on, they discover that you're not a white-owned.
Eventually, they will discover.
Eventually, they'll discover it. If they're prejudiced. I'm not saying everybody's prejudiced.
No, not everybody.
Right. There are good white people out there, in fact,
who are open-minded.
And they'll work with you. Right?
All they care is that, can you do the job? That's it.
Can you do the job? In fact, I would say all the clients that we've had in New York were all white people.
Yes, they're all white people.
Can you take care of their elderly?
Yes.
Right? Are you a nice person?
Yes. And are you trustworthy?
Are you trustworthy?
Because also that, I'm not saying with everybody, but the fact that you have maybe a white person answering their calls and stuff, like once they find out that the owner is a black person, then they're gonna have like some sort of a trust issue. Yeah, they won't trust you like that.
100%. Please eliminate that limiting belief. Despite what you hear in the news, despite all the sort of propaganda you hear about racism and all this stuff, yes, racism does exist.
We're not denying that.
Does exist. But are all white people prejudiced? Are all rich people prejudiced? No, that's far from it.
No.
There's some that are prejudiced, but not all.
Yes.
And if you put your authentic self out there, you will attract the ones that are not prejudiced.
That's right.
And also, who says there are no rich black people?
There are rich
Who said there are no rich black people?
There are rich
We're in
black
Atlanta
people.
right now.
Yes.
There are plenty of rich black people here.
Rich black people here.
I'm sure in any city, any major city, they will have some wealthy black people.
That's right.
And Hispanics. Who says you can't work with Hispanics?
Yes.
Who says you can't work with other races? Of course you can.
Right.
It's about the value that you put out to the marketplace. If you're interested in starting this business, we've created an online course.
Yes.
And we will walk you through the step-by-step process on starting a home care business from start to finish. So you will understand how to get the clients. You understand how to set up your business, the foundation, and we do the online marketing for you, and we'll give you a website.
Right.
So if you're interested, preview the course.
Yes.
Link below. Preview the course. Sign up. It's a free preview.
Yes.
Sign up. Check it out. And if you still have any questions before you commit to anything, schedule time. We're going to put a link as well so you can schedule time to talk to us. All right?
Yes.
Let's talk about those limiting beliefs with you guys, okay? All right. Take care.
Take care.